All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. I am Sweet Bobby, Trader Nerds. And the real traders never trade alone. They trade with their fellow nerds. We got auction today. We got Ben, we got Charles, we got Dunn, we got Dwayne, we got Hugh, we got Jim, we got John, we got Mo, we got Rick. And Rick's been doing a bunch of back tests with different assets instead of TMF. And TMF, y'all, kind of turns out is to be the best alternate asset in our little universe. It just keeps turning up as even though as bad as it's doing. And let's look at it. Let's just look at TMF real quick, like, and show you that this asset is not doing good at all. And that's why we added the technical indicators for TMF, right? It's up today, but this thing is really just been a dog. Let's see if we can do this further back. Let's do 140, 180 days, 4 hours. This thing has been a dog, just a dog. So getting a good little bump today, and that's helping our case a little bit. And our TQQQ is doing really good today. See how that's doing. We've got the election spike, and apparently the elation continues a little bit here. So we're getting close to the all-time high here of 85.26, at least over this little universe back here. So that's kind of cool. And the markets are doing really good today, y'all. NQ is up 1.44%, which means our TQQQ is up 4.33%. Wow, waka waka, what a move. And the E-minis are up 0.75%, up 42.75 points. And we are at lunchtime chop. Lunchtime chop, 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 chop. So the VIX, y'all, is down to 15, right? Wow, waka waka. AD is at 77. Let's look at our big green monsters. So let's go volume profile. Let's go to the E-minis and let's take this back to 10 days. 30-minute chart is our favorite chart. Wow, look at that. We went to, and now we're in area of support here at the overbought stage. So we're a little bit overbought there. So we would anticipate we could stay in here for some time, but we would anticipate a reversion back down. But let's see what the NQ offers us today. And I would imagine, oh, look at this. So this is a little more bullish looking. We are actually oversold for the fair value zone above. So we'll see what happens here. But, anytime you see these gaps, these things like to close these gaps. We don't like these periods where we just gap, gap, gap. And we usually, not always, we usually see gaps filled. Now it's too early, I think, because this is basically a binary election thing. It's too early for me to say, yes, indeed, we are now formulating a new short-term up channel, but I want to see a couple of days of action before I figure out what's going on here. I think this was well established. I would anticipate this may be just an exaggeration of consolidation before we begin our next move. But who knows? It may have already accentuated the move, and this actually may be the move that continues upward for at least the next several days. So we really don't know. In other words, I don't know. Y'all know I have no idea. Our account's doing really good today. Look at this. Our two little accounts that we've got this in, our little account is up $239. This one is up $749. Let's see where those profits are coming from. The positions, TMF is up $63 today, and the TQQs, like I say, when they move really nice, don't they? And we've got $802 there. Our bill, $3.05 on the day. Wonka, wonka, Applebee's, here we come. So life is good, y'all. Life is really, really good. Hope y'all are doing good. Hope everybody is. I really do. This is a fun little strategy. And it's more like we're now investors than traders, aren't we? I mean, the thing is, we could look at TQQQ and you could say, well, we've got 238 of these shares of TQQQ. You could look at the chart and say, man, I wonder if I could get a short-term covered call area on this. Let's see. Where's my TQQQs? TQQQ. Would you sell a call on these things? Let's see. You're at 82, right? and you're figuring the high here was this 85. Could you sell a short term, let's see, to bring in a little bit of income? Let's just look at it. Trade, TQQQ. What if you did like an 8-dayer and you sold, I can't even remember selling calls. I'm not even sure how to do it. Look at there. You sold a 87 call. Yeah, do you think it'll go above the thing, and get you? I'd probably sell the 86. What is that? A 24% probability of being in the money? But you could get you a couple $100, right? Or almost a couple $100. You did 2 of these, you take in $168 of credit. And what do you think? Anybody do that? Or you could go further out too, right? You could say, let's do the tasty 45. Let's do 43 days out, see where you could go and get some decent premium. Here's the expected move. You could go, look at this, y'all. You could go out to this 95, the 18%, 22 delta. So it'll get you about $300 there. Look at that. Let me clear all of this. Hold on a second. Let me clear and sell the 95 and bring in 308 bucks. I get 2 of those, $308. You'd have a 78% probability of profit. Chance of getting to 50%, 96 gives you a little negative deltas and bring in some positive theta. So those may be some things. Now, it's not written into my trading plan, but I may just write a 1-sentence thing that says, hey, baby, I have the permission to sell covered calls or to sell calls against my covered stock. So I'm not sure that I'm going to do that at all. Let's look at the TMF chart one more time on this. This will be a little bit better. Let's look at the chart and why we call it a dog. Well, it's not a terrible dog. It's a dog, and then it popped up with some life, and then it's a dog again. Then we see a really, really, really nice move up today. But yeah, this thing has definitely been a dog, which is, it's hard to understand bonds. I don't understand them as much as I understand stocks. And the bond market is a significantly larger market than the stock market is, where there's bonds and everything. And so TMF is a 3x leverage 20-year bond. And as interest rates go down, bonds normally go up. So that's been the weird thing for people like me that don't understand bonds, is that the Fed funds rate went down. We would anticipate the bonds to go upward, but we saw after the election, we got crushed in the bonds, and now the bonds are going up. Looks like to try to fill that little gap in there. So who knows about bonds? If y'all do, I'm willing to learn, but not really. And like I say, Rick and I have tried every available asset. I've tried gold. I've tried TMV, which is another leveraged bond fund, to try to get our alternate asset. The good thing is our current spreadsheet is only saying that we only need like 9.5% of our portfolio in TMF now. So, and remember what we're doing is we're using this little thing here. We're using the 10 and 20, and we're using it on TMF as well. So when this thing looks bad like this, we're actually using the technical indicators to say, yeah, you know what, maybe this isn't the time for us to be in this asset. We're also looking at the 10 simple moving average from the monthly point of view, and QQQs are above, but TMF is below. Right, so TMF is below. Let me blow that up where you can see it, that we're below. So in those cases, it was really, 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 a superior to get out of TMF as much. And what we did is had Claude to optimize it for the percentage allocations. So if you don't have the current plan, make sure you have the current plan. Jim B says, I bought the TMV once the TLT dropped below the moving averages. This is a similar strategy to the strategy on TQQ. Good. That's good. Yeah, and those moving averages, y'all, are pretty strong. I mean, they back tested well. So the only thing that we changed, this is the November 5th version. For those of you that are watching online, if you have bought the spreadsheet and the plan in the last couple of days. Make sure you get the latest version. Just email me and say that you bought those, and I'll send those out to you. I got to send that to a couple of guys today. But the only change, and this isn't going to affect you in any time soon, is the federal funds rate change here, where we basically said instead of going to 100% cash, we're only going to go 70% cash if the Fed funds rate hits, and we're going to go with 30% SQQQ because the results were just vastly superior. Instead of about $128 million, we turned up with $167 million, baby. Oh, okay. I need to, yeah, Rick, you're right. The latest plan on Discord for all of our Discord people is 11.1. I need to update that with the 11.5 version. Thank you. I'll do that as soon as I get off the air here. All right. So I think our plan is good. It's not as exciting as our other plan where we would sell premium and we check our deltas and our data and our all this every day. Not as exciting, but I think it has the potential to do much better. I really do. So it's an exciting plan. Once a month adjustments. I think Rick did a little back testing and said he tried, I think, weekly adjustments, and they weren't as good as monthly adjustments. So, monthly adjustments fine. If you want to adjust it every 2 weeks, that's fine. You can get a little more action there. But I think I'm more than satisfied with doing this once a month. All right, guys, y'all have a great rest of your day. I love you to pieces, and I will see y'all tomorrow.